be realistic with yourself and your athlete. I really didn't say it. UNT commit Kendall Graham's dad said it in our Wednesday live commitment series. If you miss the Wednesday commitment series, it's okay. I got 3 clips, 3 takeaways, 3 things that I pulled from the live that y'all gonna get to see today. In our commitment series that we just had on Wednesday, we had Arkansas commit, UNT commit, and Tarleton State commit and their families to give advice to parents and really to talk about the decision, why they chose the school. At the end of the day, y'all know I'm always trying to help y'all out. So I brought on these families to help you navigate this journey. Now, I'm going to need y'all to like this video. I'm going to need y'all to subscribe to the channel. And once y'all finish this, make sure y'all go watch the full live. But we're going to get right to the first one. This first clip is from Kyiah. Kyiah Pressers, like I said, is going to Arkansas. And she really just talked about like making hard decisions. Let's listen to it. Kyiah, what would you say was the hardest part of your recruiting process and just recruiting journey in general?
I would say like getting closer to the end, it was more like letting colleges know that I wasn't gonna continue to take not I'm not gonna say take them seriously because I obviously take them seriously, but
Yeah.
continue to like grow that relationship and take a visit. That was like really hard. It's like even like when I made my decision, I had 4 schools I didn't tell, and I was like, oh my god, I was so nervous because like it's hard when you know like that's you've been talking to that school for a long time and you have to like tell them like, hey, I made my decision. I'm not gonna go out there. Sorry.
I feel like that's
Love
like
your meeting.
my heart's beating fast right now. Like,
Exactly.
that's
But she
tough.
did. We
Now, y'all know y'all gonna have to let these coaches know, right? And it's tough. Like, I feel for these athletes. I remember being an athlete and having to call, actually, Arkansas. I almost went to Arkansas, y'all. I remember having to call Arkansas and tell her that I wasn't coming, and my heart was beating fast. I was nervous. Like, I remember having to call Wichita State and let them know. So I know what y'all going through. Like, you don't want to tell the coach no, especially when you've been talking to them. But like, you got to be honest with the coaches. Just like y'all as parents and as athletes want the coaches to be honest with you. You want the coaches to tell you if they're not really interested in you, if they're not really trying to offer you, y'all not trying to have these conversations like call after call after call. It's like, are you interested or not? Are you gonna offer or not? So you want the coaches to be honest with you. Y'all gotta be honest with them coaches. And the athlete needs to do it, not the parents. The parents should not be the ones calling the coaches to deliver the news. It needs to be the athlete at the end of the day. Y'all don't want these coaches to lead y'all on, so don't lead them on. Shout out to Kyiah for making the hard decision and go ahead and calling these coaches, letting these coaches know that she's not interested, so that one, she can move on with the schools that she is interested in, and two, the coaches can move on. Like, we got to make it happen. Now, this next clip, y'all know I got my notes over here, so I got my notes. This next one is from, I think this is from Kendall. This is from Kendall Ford family. Kendall and her family. Kendall is going to Tarleton State. She played with Fam Elite, and this was from her parents. Like, they really just gave advice. I really wanted to get with them to talk about advice, and I'm gonna have to like scroll through this, y'all. So we talked about advice. I'm gonna scroll through this while I'm talking, and they just gave advice to the parents. Like, they've been through this journey, and we are going to play it in just a minute. Let's check it out. They are navigating this basketball journey in general.
I would say one thing: always advocate for your child in sport. Be an advocate for them as well. I know that AU coaches they're advocating for the whole team, but sometimes you know you got to advocate for yourself. And another thing is stay the course. it doesn't seem like it's end to it, but there is.
Yeah.
And when you get to that end, and it's a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mom, you have anything?
Well, I would just say that I think it's important to uh, let your child, make sure they really enjoy the game. And
Yeah.
then I know for me, I find myself getting all into the game and, getting frustrated. And it's like, it's a game. And so and so I would bring my concerns to Kendall, and it was more of, let me figure it out. And so I think it's important to let them just figure things out. If they love the game, they are going to figure it out. They're going to figure things out that they need to work on, things that they need to, work.
Let them figure it out at the end of the day. But the one thing I loved is to advocate for your child. I see a lot where parents think that the AAU coach is supposed to do everything. You think just because you have paid your fees, like it's taken care of. Yes, I do believe that the AAU coach, the AAU directors should be reaching out to college coaches. They should help in the process. But it's not just on the AAU coach, y'all. Like, you have to advocate for your kid. You should be sending out emails. You should be doing your own research. You should be getting in communities. You should be in the different community. Y'all know that I have a community for parents. I have a community for parents where we have monthly calls. I'm bringing in guests. We're doing all these different things. They're getting information of how to reach out to coaches, what they should be doing at camps. Like, you have to do your own research. Do not just leave it up to the coaches, right? If it's a program, they have multiple kids that they need to get into school. So you need to do some legwork. Advocate for your kid. Like, I love that. You can't want it more than your athlete at the end of the day. Like, they have to want it. You shouldn't be the one pushing them to do everything. If you want it more than them, it's a problem. You cannot want it more than them. They need to be coming to you trying to get in the gym. They need to be asking you questions. And at the end of the day, y'all make sure they still enjoy it. I don't care what nobody say. Basketball should be fun. Sports should be fun. Yes, it's a business. Yes, you're trying to get a scholarship, but you still have to enjoy the game of basketball. So parents, don't take the joy away from them because you want it so bad. Like, you can get so into the game, you can get so into what's going on to where your kid don't even want to play no more. So make sure that you advocating for them, make sure that they are enjoying it, and make sure that they actually want it more than you. And our last clip is from Kendall Graham, UNT. Kendall Graham actually had a knee injury, and she did not play her last AAU season. Can y'all imagine not playing your last AAU season? Oh my God, like I cannot imagine that. But like, I love that she just kind of talked about like what it did for her, like what she took from it. Let me scroll to it. Let me find it real quick. While we are waiting, I'm gonna find it. Yeah, like that's kind of what she talked about, is like, having that injury and grateful that she still was able to commit to a school. Like, that's love right there. Let's play the clip. I'm a little off, but we're going to still play it from here. The AU season. There we go.
At first I was really trying to come back. Like, I had the surgery at the beginning of the summer. I was trying to get back in like a month so I can make it to July, because that's when all the live series is and stuff.
Yep.
So I was really just trying to push towards July. But this injury really just taught me to like really never take the game for granted, because it could be taken from you at any time. So now I just take everything way more serious, my workouts, and I just go into basketball now.
Yeah. What were some of the things that you were? Oh, don't take anything for granted. Like, for real, when you have those injuries, like, you learn to like, be grateful for everything. I tore my ACL. Like, I remember tearing my ACL, and I was like, man, I cannot wait to get back. Like, when you out, you see the game. One thing I would say, you see the game from a different lens. Like, you able to actually study the game. You're able to actually watch the game. So for my athletes that are out with injuries, it ain't the end of the world. Like, there are other things that you can work on. And Kendall actually talked about, like, what she worked on, what she focused on, because she couldn't get on the court and play. So there's always something that you can be working on. Like, when you get an injury, don't just sit out and you just going to therapy, you just doing the bare minimum just to get back. Like, there are other things you can be working on, whether that's film, whether that's strength, whether that's obviously recovery, whatever it is that you can do, that you should be doing to get back. But that was like, I love to hear, like, don't take the game for granted, because it can be taken away from you. Now, those were the 3 clips. Be honest with your coaches, or really just making hard decisions. Like, that's kind of what Kyiah talked about, making hard decisions. Like I said, being honest with the coaches, not wanting more than your athlete. Don't lead these coaches on, right? Advice to parents, advocate, send emails, do your research, make sure they really enjoy it, right? Don't take the game for granted. Y'all, make sure y'all check out the full live. It's a lot of gems in there. First of all, again, congratulations to the 26s, Kendall Graham, who's going to UNT, Kendall Ford, who's going to Tarleton State, and Kyiah Precious, who's going to Arkansas. We will have these lives every single Wednesday. So if you missed last Wednesday, make sure you're ready this Wednesday. We will have these every single Wednesday to give advice to parents, talk about the decision, so that y'all can guide yourselves to making the right decision. If you have a 26 that has committed, that you want to bring on the show, send me a message. Like, I'm always looking for 26s who have made their big decision, so we can come talk about it, have some fun, talk about why they made the decision, how they went about the decision, and you as parents can talk about your journey to help another parent out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we need all the parents to see this, y'all. At the end of the day, we need everybody to get to the channel, right? We done hit our 2,500 goal. I'm so excited for that. But guess what? Now we on this 5,000. Like, we trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, and I need y'all to help me there. Help me get there. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Share this out with some other parents. Hit that like button, and I will see you next week.